Hi, this is Monique. So today this is going to be a commentary video just about Snapchat and how to avoid people that are kind of like pervy on Snapchat. So before we do anything, please follow my Snapchat at Monique Messiah, and also follow me on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, and keep watching all of my videos. Don't forget to hit the notification bell down there. Basically, my Snapchat following is growing. I've noticed my Snap score is getting bigger or better. So I've also noticed that I've got some unwanted attention now on Snapchat. So this video is basically where I'm going to talk about some topics that you have to go through. Basically, in my job, I have to deal with this too, and I think any job you have to deal with this. But on Snapchat, I'm on it like every day. If I'm not posting every day, I'm just looking at the news on Snapchat or checking out apps or playing games and stuff. It's really an awesome app, and it's still really popular even today. But there are a lot of people that are negative or just like gross that are on Snapchat, and like you don't want certain type of attention. So this video is basically my tips on how to avoid people like that on Snapchat. Because like the first time it happened, actually what happened was I had posted just a normal picture of me smiling like that or something. And then I got this response from someone I didn't know. And it wasn't like a picture. It just showed like the name, and I didn't really understand what it was. And then I opened it, and it was a reply to the picture with some little thing, and then it was like a dirty picture of themselves. And I thought, this is really weird. How can you like reply with a dirty picture to just a normal picture that I posted? So the first thing that I want to talk about is the settings for Snapchat. So I have my Snapchat on ghost mode, and if you looked at some of my old videos, you'll see that I use Snap Map, so you can see other people who are your friends who are nearby, and you can see what they're doing and check out their snaps, and if they're at something like a cool event or something like that. So I still do that. I still use Snap Map, but I'm on ghost mode so that people can't actually see where I am and what I'm doing. Like they can't have my address and everything, because ever since I got like really weird and negative pictures and stuff like that sent back to me, I don't want people to be able to track where I am. And so another thing that people don't know about photography is that when you take a picture with your cell phone, there are apps now that allow people to see where you took that picture. So like if I'm going to take pictures that I'm going to put on my Instagram, I might not actually take the picture at my house or anything like that, if I don't want people to know where I live, because there are apps where you can just load the picture in and see where someone took the picture or what the date was for the picture, whatever. Usually in any photo, like a regular photo, doesn't matter if you use your cell phone or a camera or whatever, you can tell what camera they used and the day that they took the picture, the time, and who took the picture and what camera and all that stuff, just by looking at the file info. So take the picture, you put it onto the desktop, you open like some photo editing software, and you go file info, like use Photoshop, or you can just use the desktop paint or whatever, and it'll tell you all that information, the name of the photographer, if they like registered their camera, it'll say who took it and what kind of camera and the date and the time and blah blah blah. So how do you identify people who could potentially be perverse on Snapchat? So one thing that I've realized is that people who want to send like dirty pictures and stuff like that on Snapchat, they don't have regular names and they don't use Bitmoji. So usually normal people use a Bitmoji because it shows what they look like. And like people who want to be anonymous don't have a picture. They just use the ghost with like the snap code on it. And so that's the first thing. If it's usually not a perverted person if they're going to use their actual face. So that's one thing. Another thing is their name that's attached to the picture. Some people who are like, bad, they don't use their real name. So that's the second thing. The third thing is usually if they have their name, they have like a little emoji at the end of their name, and it's like some clever, witty kind of thing, or it's like a sexual emoji or something like that. So those are the types of people that you want to avoid. And then another thing is if they send you a message like attached to one of your snaps back, and it's something like, oh, do you want to see this? Or, oh, it's a bunch of hearts or something like that, then usually that person is going to try to send you a dirty picture. So avoid all those people. So how do you block people when they're being inappropriate on Snapchat? So what you do is you can like press the three dots next to a snap, and it'll have like a little block thing. And then you just say, you know, it gives you an option, and it says like, is this snap inappropriate? Are they sending me inappropriate pictures? Is it inappropriate something in the snap or whatever? And then you just pick which one, and then you can block them. So you don't have to get their messages anymore. But it's a little bit tricky because sometimes when you open a message, it's kind of like flashing you the pervy picture or whatever, the bad message. So you might have to actually still open it. And don't be afraid to block people because, you know, you shouldn't have to actually get those messages. You should just have fun on this app and like not have to worry about people sending you bad messages or anything like that. So another thing is just ignore people. So when people are bad in just regular life, you just ignore them. You don't give them the power by answering to them. So like if somebody says something bad to you, then like you're on YouTube or something, you report them. So if you're on like Snapchat, you just block them and you can report them on Snapchat too. So I would just ignore people that send you bad kind of comments and stuff like that. Don't worry about it because some people just do that for fun. That's all they do all day. So I do not respond to negative comments. And usually on like my YouTube or something like that, I'll hide the negative comments. But Snapchat, it just goes away. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Another thing is a lot of kids use Snapchat. So people of all ages really use Snapchat, but a lot of kids use it. And so you might get some negative comments from kids. And so you have to think about it. Like when you're a kid, you do like stupid things. So sometimes kids say things that they don't really mean, and they don't really understand that in the future somebody might get that information and use it against them, or like a bad tweet or something like that. So if a kid sends you something that's like negative, I would just ignore it. Don't clap back at anybody because, you know, they don't really understand what they're saying or what they're doing, I don't think. Not yet. So just keep using Snapchat. It's a really awesome app. Fill up your trophy case or unlock things in your trophy case. Get your score up and everything like that. With more attention and more snaps that you put on, you're gonna get more negative attention. But like I said before, just ignore people that give you negative attention. If somebody sends you something that's inappropriate or offensive or says something to you that you don't care for, just send a notification to Snapchat, block them, report them, whatever, so you don't have to deal with them again. So sometimes you can't really avoid people if somebody is like persistent. Usually when somebody gets blocked or like their account gets locked or something like that, they can just go change their name, get a new picture or whatever, and start a new account over again. So the best thing to do if somebody is bugging you like that is just ignore them. There are millions of people out there and millions of users of Snapchat. You can be friends with whoever you want and just block the people who are bad. This video has been a commentary just about Snapchat and how to avoid people that are inappropriate or who are like pervy on Snapchat, just because I've noticed a lot of like inappropriate people sending me snaps back right now as my snap code is getting or my snap score is getting a little bit bigger. So I just wanted to help you guys out if you are dealing with the same sort of thing that I am. And maybe in the next video, I'll do an actual video that shows you how to block people on Snapchat. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.